Hello there, I'm Harry, I'm the station manager.
My name's Laurie and I will be specialist producer.
I'm Ben, daytime manager.
And before we start, we just have some nibbles for everyone. If anyone wants to take a chocolate possibly, because we know you've been sat here for a while.
Don't you think you can
So we've got some chocolate for you.
Right,
Just
first.
help yourself.
Oh no.
Right, you've got a first
No,
already.
I take one.
Just take one of those.
We'll go
Okay.
ahead. I'm not taking
You can have one later, I'll whip round again in case anyone gets hungry.
You can't log out your presentation by giving out sweet Laurie.
A couple of people have wondered why I'm not wearing shoes, and it's because I turned up today and walked up the stairs and that happened. There's a health and safety hazard, I'm just not wearing them.
I'm glad you covered that.
So we're here to talk to you about our new station. We'll spend the next half hour talking about all the research we've done into it, what it's about and who it'll be for. We decided to call this station Spark FM. So the logo, it's bright, it's vivid and it's sharp. So hopefully you've already got an idea of who we're aiming this at. But we'll start at the beginning. Laurie was the one who came up with the idea, so take it from here.
Okay, so the demographic that we will be aiming at is young people aged 14 to 28. Obviously, we know that there is a massive population of students here in Bournemouth with the university and other places like Bournemouth College. However, there are also obviously lots of young people, so it's not just for people that are doing degrees. This station is for everyone. If you love dance music, grime, hip-hop, rap, any specialist music, we're here for you guys. So what we noticed was there was a gap in the market. We saw that Fire left Bournemouth, they've gone over to Southampton, although they are still broadcasting to Bournemouth, they have changed their schedule, so they're not going to be doing as much specialist programming anymore. So we saw that and we thought, right, this is definitely something that we can work on, and it's an opportunity with as many thriving and young budding artists that are here at the moment. We thought we could jump in and really make a stand with this station at the moment. So we wanted to showcase hip-hop, drum and bass, garage, house, dubstep, you name it, we're going to have it here for you. So we spoke to Jay Fresh about the Fire leaving Bournemouth, and he said Fire leaving Bournemouth and changing the schedule is a big deal. It means that although the output might be suited to a more commercial audience, they can't get out to the streets and push their station. We need something in Bournemouth to cater for specialist music. Well, this is where we jump in. So we're going to take what he's said as kind of the get-go and say, right, we're going to plan from here. We know the deal now, and we've got the right expertise to kickstart this.
Yeah, so now I'm going to play you some examples of what our station will sound like.
I've got my co-host, Laurie, in here. What are you saying, Laurie?
Hello Ben, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good.
All
What do you
good.
have for us? What do you have for us
Well,
today?
I have a little bit of something amazing. Can you guess what it is? What is it that I love? Drum and bass, we've got drum and bass for you coming up a little bit later
I'm
on.
trying to let the audience know, you know.
Oh, I
Keep them
see.
listening, isn't it?
Keep them on their toes. Yeah, we've got a bit of drum and bass coming on. We've got a really good mini mix coming up from Friction. So if you are sticking around for the next hour, then you definitely want to be listening to that. Ben, what's coming up? What is coming up a little bit later on?
We got some grime show coming up called Wicked Grime
Wicked.
with me, Benjamin. You know, I'm going to play the best grime tunes that's going about now.
Wicked. And we've got Harry and that coming in later for a little chin wag, don't we?
Yeah,
so we've got some big interviews.
Yeah, we got some
Big interviews. And he's going to be talking about some film stuff as well, so make sure you stick around for that. We've got everything here at Spark FM, don't we?
Yeah, so we just wanted you to get an idea of what it's going to sound like now. This is just a typical, trying to get high
Thanks for
energy.
listening to Spark FM. My name's Laurie, and can I just say that my co-host Ben has just got naked behind me, and he's just doing some squats or something. Ben, can we talk to us about leg day? Can we talk to us about leg day?
You popped at the moment, you know, I'm doing some like leg day in the studio. Trying to break the world record of leg day in the studio.
Oh really? Do you think I can do leg day?
Yeah,
Should we practice in this next tune?
Yes.
Oh, no.
After this next tune, we're going to do some leg day.
We'll
I've
do
done
some leg day.
200 so far. 200 squats, and keep going.
Okay, so we're going to do some more squats a little bit later on. Maybe you can check us out online. Make sure you see us on our live feed. But for now, we are going to be playing some 10 Wolves, Walking with Elephants. So as you can see already from the clips that we have here, we will be playing and showcasing some massive sounds, obviously, from like One Extra and Kiss FM and Red Stuff, we know that there is this music available online for you already, but what we wanted to do was get people involved. So for instance, we have specialist club nights going on, like Enter and Drum Funk, We Are Your Friends, One Love, clubs like Halo, Cameo, they bring in the biggest artists, the biggest DJs. So we want to take that from the clubs, which are so popular, and put it on our radio airways, and we think that's really important. The thing with specialist music is a lot of people will listen to sets and they will listen to SoundCloud and they'll go, right, I want to listen to Annie Mac or I want to listen to Beatrix. We want to be able to take that on board and go, right, they want sets with MCs and they want remixes and they want interviews and they want features, and we're going to make sure that we know exactly what they want, taken from the club nights. We know who's big, we know the genres that people are enjoying, and that's really important to showcase for a younger audience in Bournemouth and Paul.
So I'll just play this sweeper example, and this shows also what music we'll be playing on our station. So hopefully you can see it's a mix there. We're not just sticking to one genre of music, we want to be broad. And this final link's for one of our best ever
So this is
presenters.
the Spark FM. My name is Laurie and I have got some amazing events for you today. Coming up on the 31st, that's next Saturday, we have Enter and Drum Funk with the amazing Chrissy Chris, Magistrate, X-Man, Turno, Felon, and many, many others. Make sure you get down to that. Also coming up in March, we have the second Fusion in 13 years. For only £17, you can see Magistrate, Groove Rider, Mampy Swift, IC3, Debt and X-Man. It is going to be massive. Coming up next, we have Metric. So as well as having mixes and mini mixes and everything music related going on, we wanted to have talk kind of based times where we will discuss EPs, albums, things that are relevant to the scene. We wanted to provide entertainment and create opportunities for volunteers, work experience as well, but then we'll touch on that a little bit later on. What we wanted to do was just make sure that everyone's music that they enjoy is on our station, so everyone's catered for. We don't just home in on one specific genre, it just goes across the board with specialist genres altogether.
Now Ben's going to talk a bit about social game.
Yeah, I'm going to take it from here, guys. What it caters for the target audience, obviously, we pledge as a station to give young people work experience and internship. Like we want to give Bournemouth students, radio students, work experience who can come in, work for us. We believe in creativity, not stupidity. Every idea you bring, we will take it and we take it on board and we do it because we're a young student, young station coming up, and we need ideas, fresh ideas. We also want to give induction week to college students, media students, who wants to come in and have fun with mixes, get on and showcase the talent they have for us and stuff. We as a station, we believe in creativity because we want to be creative as possible. We are not going there to copy other stations out there like Kiss, the mainstream ones. No, we're coming up fresh from the ground. We're taking it over. We're going to play different type of music for you every week and every day. And what makes it special, the special essentials that makes our channel unique, is our station, unique, is because we're bringing in homegrown artists, local DJs in the club. We will be there live in the clubs, talking to DJs and stuff that can come in our studio and talk to us about stuff as well. Our main focus is our audience, because there are different types of audience here. We want to get to the foreigners who are from Africa as well, that likes Afro beats and everything. We want to get to them as well because we don't want to let them miss out. We want to get to the people that listen to grime. For example, Mo, yeah, he likes his grime. We want to get to him so he can listen to us, not listen to like Kiss or One Extra or whatever. We want him here in our community radio, in Spark FM, tuning in every day, listening to us. So, yeah, that's what we bring it to you people.
So you've heard our ideas and what we want to do and what kind of station we want to create, but we need to know if this will work and ask ourselves a few questions. So first we asked, are there the young people in Bournemouth that we think there are? We put out a survey and we used social media to transport us about, so that respondents we got from our survey were of a younger age. So about 75% of the respondents from the following questions are 16 to 24-year-olds. And we need to find out if these 16 to 24-year-olds actually listen to the radio. And we asked them how many hours a week do they actually listen. 1 to 5 hours was the majority, so it means that they are tuning in. Whether they listen for a prolonged period is maybe not as long as we'd like at the moment, but if we can get them listening at first and then work on getting them to listen for longer hours, that'd be great. Ben?
Well, we asked people what kind of wide range of different music they want. House was the most one, as you can see, like there's loads of students here that like house music. House music is becoming famous each day. Actually, listen, grime. There's not much Londoners in the scene here, so they don't know much about grime. Grime is there. I know people that like grime and want to listen to grime. So I go out and see like DJs playing grime music outside and stuff. So this is a grime audience here. Afrobeat, that's the same thing. They get, I can see that other stations are playing Afrobeats now on the stations, which is good, but when you go out as well, there are people that enjoy Afrobeats and dance to Afrobeat music, so we're trying to bring that in, something new that stations here don't do. We're trying to bring that in. Hip-hop, everyone likes this hip-hop because it's in the scene and we all enjoy a few of Drake, Lil Wayne and stuff. We want to play that on our radio station, daytime, where people can listen, so you don't have to download the music from Drake or whatever. Just tune into Spark FM, you hear Drake rapping, Kendrick Lamar rapping, whoever rapping. R&B was the least one, but as I said, we're covering everyone. We're not leaving everyone out. We want to get to the ladies as well, like your Beyonce's, Rihanna, Shakira, whoever. We got them here. We're gonna play it for you. Drum and bass specialist. She loves drum and bass. We got DJ Hazard covered as well. We got him. He's gonna be playing his biggest tunes ever. We'll be there. Drum and bass is big as well, so we're not living that out. We're just gonna put it in as well. Yeah.
So some more of the market research we had to look into. We need to find out where people actually listen to the radio, and this, depending on this, is where we're going to actually broadcast ourselves. And we found a lot of people actually listen to radio in their car, and where young people don't have the biggest, most expensive cars, it's unlikely that they'll have DAB radio. So it's really important that we provide our service on FM. DAB is probably a little expensive for us at the moment, but it's something to look into in the future as we're evolving, as technology is improving. Online to Given, it's a really cheap way of broadcasting ourselves and promoting ourselves, and it's, our website will be fairly simple to use, so a lot of people will be able to use it. And what do they want to hear when they actually eventually tune in? The most responses we got for this question were to hear new artists and new music. So that's doing something that KISS and the more commercial stations don't do. That's bringing up local talents and underground and unknown artists and bringing them to our station. That's why people are going to listen to us rather than anyone else. We're providing something completely different. So we're going to base our station around Westbourne because it's a more central area and it's quite a populated area between Bournemouth and Poole. People will be travelling through it, and they will possibly see our station around town. The 5 kilometre radius for a community station stretches to most of Poole, and it goes in the opposite direction to Boscombe. It covers all student areas such as Charminster and Winton as well, so it's a really, really good area filled with very few competitors for us. Hot radio is a completely different demographic, a different age group, and Hope FM being a Christian station, not too much to worry about us clashing in terms of that.
Okay, so not only will we be providing specialist music for people that are already in specialist music, we will be educating and informing people that are kind of interested and eager and don't really know what it's about. So in terms of the timings, not as many people from the data we've collected will be listening from 6 AM to 9 AM. This station is for young people. I'm not getting up at that time, and we know that students are not going to be up at that time especially, so that is something that we've taken into consideration. Going throughout the day, obviously people are waking up, people are starting to do more things, so we want our big interviews, our big features to be kind of based around the afternoon, but still keeping things quite commercial, so not too commercial, but like we're playing the biggest house beats, we're playing hip hop and drum and bass throughout the day, but really we want the specialists, the jumper, like the dubstep that you find in the clubs, that's all coming later at night. So this is going to be when we play interviews and have a lot more speech-based stuff going on. From 7 PM all the way up until 6 AM in the morning, that's when the specialist shows kick in. So you have, as we said before, garage, grime, hip hop, drum and bass, Afro beats, everything. From 1 o'clock until 6 AM in the morning to ensure that our work experience workies and all of our staff members get home safely and are safe throughout. They will be pre-recorded, so we'll have pre-recorded shows from 1 AM to 6 AM just to ensure that everyone's at home in bed at reasonable time. That's really important for us as the majority of our staff are going to be volunteers. So they will be pre-recorded in a different studio throughout the daytime with one of our specialists or daytime managers. Between hours of 1 AM, okay, and also our output will be original and produced within the studio, and it will be very unlikely that we will speak any different languages or mess up anything like that. We don't intend on repeating any material unless there's a good mini mix that the DJ wants to bring back up. When we are in relation with the events going on in Bournemouth and Poole, obviously like the Enter and Jump Funk, the DJs that will be DJing there will have the opportunity to come and do a show on our station, intertwining the two and making sure that everyone's involved. The music speech ratio for daytime is a little bit different to night time, but generally the station as a whole is based on music. So what we wanted to do was have the daytime 70% music, 30% speech, and then drop it slightly for night time. So really it's going to be 85% music, 15% speech. So the interviews, say for instance if we speak with Jujimon or B-Traits or Skepta, or it depends obviously who we have on the day, that will come towards the evening time, so 4, 5, 6 o'clock, then bang in with specialist music for the majority of the night time.
Okay, so now we have to look at the finances and how we're going to fund ourselves. Obviously, being a community station, we can only provide 50% of our funding from advertising, so we need to look at things like grants, and hosting local events was a really cool idea. Booking out an event, a venue such as one of the many clubs in Bournemouth, and if we do all the promoting for ourselves, we put on new events and get the artists in, then we can get a revenue from the ticket sales. And because there's so many places in Bournemouth, we could do a variety of different nights over the year. Even doing things like festivals on the beach or in the park, there's a lot of opportunities in Bournemouth for these local events, and we can get some revenue from that. The volunteers is also another way to recoup that 50%, because when volunteers are working, they're not getting paid, so it's a really great way of making sure we're keeping in the community station guidelines. And obviously advertising is the rest of it, which when we're looking at local businesses, there's a lot out there which can't afford to put their adverts on a big commercial station. Maybe not even hot radio, we won't be charging as much as them to start with, so targeting the smaller businesses. Targeting the smaller businesses will get them involved, and it will really feel like Spark belongs in Bournemouth and Poole. Ben's going to hand out some budget sheets if you're interested, just because it's quite hard to see on the screen. But we've tried to take everything into account. Have you not got one in?
We're saving the trees.
Saving the trees.
We're environmentally friendly as well.
We came down to the very minimum that we'd have to charge just to break even is to earn about £40,000 a year from advertising. So it's a good place to start, and we can work on it. Any contingency costs will come into it, and then a price can be set when we eventually get up and going.
Advertisements, we're moving on to advertisements now. Off-air promotions, we're going to work with the local DJs here in Bournemouth to promote our stations by selling out tickets and events out to club events. We're going to host our own club events here in the night time, maybe Cameo, Lollipop, Halo, the big clubs in here. We're going to host events there for young audience to come in, and we're going to tell them what we're about, what we do as a station. We're going to hand in flyers as well. We're going to go with street teams. We have a street jam where our street team members will, hand in flyers to the students that come in. and people that come in to, you know, get them insight knowledge of what we do and what we're about as a station and what we want to achieve as a station for the local people here in Bournemouth. Posters, you see posters, our main poster is to be creative, have an eye-catchy poster where creativity is in, where you see it like, this is Spark FM, this is what we're about business, we're about giving you good music, homegrown music, fresh music from everywhere and stuff. And sponsoring, in terms of sponsorships, we're going to sponsor local artists, local venues, BIC, O2, Arena in Boscombe. We're going to sponsor those stuff. Artists, all their promotion as well. We're going to have artist samples. The DJs and artists that come in, we're going to have samples of them making a little bit, giving a shout out to Spark FM before they leave. Stages, steps and stages. Obviously, we have experience. Laurie is working Kiss, One Extra, Magic, Nerve, Aspire Radio, Bang Radio. We'll be there soon, don't worry. We can do that ourselves. We're going to do that. We're well skilled with Adobe Audition, and we can do that as well. Hosting local competitions, I believe every station hosts local competition. We're going to host that where our audience can win free laptops, tablets, or wherever. We got it there as well for our audience. Yeah.
Okay, so as Ben's just said, we don't want you to feel like this is in the hands of someone that doesn't know what they're doing. We have had a range of different experiences. We've done lots of different things, Capital, Magic. I don't know who's put this hat on me from Aspire Radio first year, it's ridiculous. But we want everyone to know that we do have the experience and the skills to manage this station. Not only do we have the experience in the industry, we are experienced on Audition, Logic, Audacity to a very high standard. We know how to use Myriad. We're very experienced in the technical side of things as well and in the studio. So there's always a guarantee that we're going to be helpful and give volunteers that come in the exact experience that we want to give them. We produce lots of different content, and something that we will make sure is 100% our focus point is to home in on social media. It is absolutely massive right now, so we'll make sure there's a social media team, the Twitter and Facebook pages are running smoothly, making sure there's lots of visual things for people to be watching and getting involved in. That's something that our work experience workers can come up with ideas in and really push themselves in terms of content. So there's lots of things going on. Not only do we have radio experience, we have general experiences such as filing PPLs, Excel, running spreadsheets, promotions, fundraising. With us being university students, throughout our degree we've come through those kind of things so we can really push any kind of experience and really help to round off our work experience people in a good way. So yeah, also another thing I wanted to touch on quickly was why we were different to other stations. Bear with me 1 second. So obviously, like I said before, we know that there's Radio 1, we know that there's Renson and Capital stuff, but we wanted something that was really homegrown, something that people get involved in, people can just walk up and say, can I get an internship, and it can be totally considered there and then. That's really important to us. At the same time, we don't want people to feel like it's just a university thing that they can be doing. If you're young and you're enthusiastic and you want to get involved, then you're more than welcome to come down to our station and try to do the little things that you can. Our station will be positive, it'll be lively, it'll be funny. We just want all the best content for our listeners that love specialist music. I think that's really important to come across. We will have weekly meetings to discuss playlists, to keep everything fresh and relevant, and yeah, you will be able to download everything online. So all of our shows will be in podcasts on Mixcloud, Soundcloud. We know that the internet is very important now, so everything that we do on our station will be available for you to download online as well.
Okay, so we hope you tune in to Spark FM when we're up and going, and we hope you've enjoyed listening to our presentation today.
Any questions?
So it's the floor.
Can't ask the shoe question.
Sorry?
They were going to ask about my shoes.
Why have you chosen to wear odd socks?
I always wear odd socks.
Ooh.
If you get a hole in one, then you'd have to throw a pair out.
Thrifty.
I'm satisfied with that answer.
Anybody else?
What makes
George, you look like itchy to ask a question, but you
I
don't
have a
if you've got
question,
the
but
nerve.
I don't know how to phrase it properly.
I actually have a question. What makes you different from Nerve in the evenings? Because they have a lot of specialist content, which is
Well,
all fairly local.
we did take that into consideration, and unfortunately, although Nerve is a good station, it isn't as well advertised as we plan to be. So we plan to get people that obviously, like I said, that aren't just at the university involved. So there's lots of different colleges, and we don't just say you need to be over 18 to be involved. So a lot of people under 18 and not at the uni don't really know about Nerve. So we want to get out to all of the young people and make sure that everyone's involved.
There's also a thing that Nerve do maybe 2 or 3 events at the fire station a year, so we're hoping to do a lot more than that. So our brand gets more recognised, and we're going to be out in the town a lot more than Nerve with our street team, more promotion, and hopefully more listeners.
And we should get some big names to interview, and then hopefully they'll be sharing on their online presence, so hopefully our brand will be able to expand and go across the board and not really just stay around here. So it's important if our online presence is really strong. So yes, that's that. Thank you for your question.
In terms of music though, I don't know, it seems as if like you're playing everything on there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a like community radio specific for a certain community.
Yeah, it is. It's specifically relating to specialist genres, and that in itself is an umbrella. That is something that people miss out on. You either like, well, no, it's not say you either like. There are people that don't really know as much about specialist music, and it's important to be informative and provide that for a community of people that do want that. And it is important to provide that because it's something that someone loves and nothing that it's missing here, especially because Fire's left now. And although Fire is technically broadcasting here, it's ditched a lot of its specialist genres, and they were important here before. So we need to give that back to the community as it's now missing it. Yes, George.
You talked about the social game, and you said that you were looking to give back to students, give them work experience. Do you have any other social gain aspects to your community station, or do you think it's mainly because you talked about not being just for students, but are you doing anything else for anyone else in the community?
Yeah, we'll give everyone an opportunity, as I said, creativity. We believe in creativity, not stupidity. If someone comes in, if a stranger comes in, as Laurie said, if someone comes in and asks for a job, we're going to help them. We're going to give them an internship. We're going to, take them on and give them a few guidelines on what to do and what not to do, and then we're going to throw them on the show and let them do their bits, because they are creative as well. They might bring something new that we don't have on the station, so we want to keep everything fresh every day and day in and day out. So yeah.
But apart from work experience,
but there'll be nights that you can attend to, and there'll be nights that, say, if you want it, and it all does come down to work experience. In a place like this for young students, it's important for young people to be getting involved to help themselves build up. So apart from that, we'll have educational features on music, we'll have interviews, we'll have things that people care about. It's not just about people getting involved from that side. There are people that will be listening to the show, which will be our intention, to be listening and go, oh, I didn't know that about dubstep, oh, I didn't know about Skrillex, or oh, I didn't know he created that, or he's a pioneer of this. And that's important to educate people across the board. It's not just about the work experience.
Thank you for answering my question very well.
Any more questions?
You're welcome.
Jack? Cool.
We done? Well done. Pretty much bang on your half hour.